Hey there, Gregory Middle School. Welcome to Mr. Schaefer Plays Terraria. Getting back into one of my old hobbies. A lot of you have heard about it before, and I just thought this would be a fun thing to do and share and post for you to take a look at for a little bit of entertainment while you're stuck at home over spring break. So don't mind me. I'm going to be loud sometimes. I'm going to be quiet other times. I'm going to be playing sometimes. I'm going to be narrating. All that good stuff. Hope you enjoy. But we're going to get started here with a brand new game of Terraria. I'm going to create a single player character. And I'm going to click random a few times until I get something that I think I like the look of. There you go. Blue hair, gotta love it. I'm going to create it. Alright, I've got a new name. I'm going to select this character, and I have to create a new world. I usually like playing on medium-sized ones. We're going to do a... We'll do an expert world because it's been a little while, and we're going to call this the GMS Planet. Submit that, and it is going to generate a world for me. Loading bars, loading bars, loading bars. Adding grass, desertification. Whoa, that went fast. Creating the underworld. Good times. Yeah. It always takes a little while when you make a new world. It's so for those of you that don't know anything about Terraria, this is a randomly generated, procedurally generated world building and exploration game. A lot of people call it 2D Minecraft, but that's not quite the same thing. There's a little bit more adventure involved, and it's a whole lot of fun to play. So I'm going to select this world, get in there, and now I've got my little dude. So I'm going to start by grabbing my axe, and I need to harvest some wood. Chopping down trees, and it takes a while. Oh no, squirrel! Oh no! Don't come too close. So if you take a look at the biome here, there are all these trees here, and you can tell from the little hanging branches on them that this is not a normal forest, this is a jungle template. So this is a place that's a little bit more dangerous, especially at nighttime. I'm going to want to get out of here and go find a better, safer place to be, but harvesting wood is a good idea too. Chop, chop, chop. Alright, that should be a good start. Oh, maybe it's not. That's okay. Ah, goldfish. And it's raining. Oh, there we go. We got some copper here now. Copper is one of the earliest metals that you can get, and you never really know when you build any given world. And to be honest, it's been a while since I've played, so this darkness here I think is just because it's raining. I don't think it's necessarily turning into nighttime just yet. That would seem pretty quick to me. But this little flying fish is going to get annoying really quick if I don't do something about it. And a pickaxe is not the best way to deal with critters. Ah, don't hit me. Don't hit me. There we go, we're safe. And we got a big stretch of water here. You know, this is something that I think is going to be worth doing. One of the things you got to do in this game is you have to make a home or structure for yourself. And it's always kind of an interesting thing where people decide to do this. So I think I'm going to do it over the water here. It's a nice open space. It gives me lots of visibility around. Why not? So I'm laying down some wooden platforms here. I like to do a double row of them. Just so I can see what's going on a little bit better. Uh-oh, we have some slimes coming. Go away, slimes. Ah. And to keep myself safe for right now, I'm just going to build up a little wall. Uh-oh. I should turn off auto build. Oh, of course, and the slime can make it in. Go away, slime. I am not in a good spot right now. Go copper pickaxe. Alright. So now that I've got this, I'm going to take out my axe again. I'm going to need a little bit more lumber to finish building this house the way that it needs to be built to keep me safe for the first night when the zombies and the evil eyes and stuff like that comes. So chop, chop, chop. Get these last 2 trees and then make it back in and start to put together the rest of the house. Okay, so just to keep myself safe here, I am going to start by closing myself into a box. And one of the nice things about this world is there are very, very few things that can just break down your walls in the game. I'm going to go back into my crafting menu right now, and the first thing I'm going to make is a workbench. I'll put that down here. I'm going to make a chair, because chairs are important. For some place to be considered a home or a house, it needs to have a sitting surface, something to sit or sleep on, a light, walls, all that kind of stuff, which is what I am going to be working on for the next little bit to make this a nice little home with some torches for light. I'm standing next to my crafting bench now, so I can start to make some walls. Put the torch down. We'll make some wood walls. And I can start to fill in Alright, looks like we have a fully filled in house now. I'm kind of weird in that I like to have windows. You don't need complete coverage of the walls. Oh, wait a minute. That's an axe, not a hammer. I will need to make a hammer before I can take down walls and things like that. So, let's see what we got here. There's our wooden hammer. Right about there. There we go, a little bit of natural light in there. And the last thing I'm going to need to do to turn this into a house or a home where my NPCs or non-player characters can live is I need to add a way in and out. So to do that, I'm going to go back over by my crafting bench, which changes the kinds of things that I can make. And I am going to make a wooden door. Put that up there for right now. And then I need to go back to my pickaxe and tear down the walls and kill this slime and then add the door in its place. Or, if he's going to let me, just add the door in there. Now, if I come back in here, I can go into housing, and I can check with the housing query if this is valid housing or not. Alright, my little message says this housing is suitable. So I'm going to set this up so that my guide can live here. He can come in and start living inside this area whenever he wants. Next thing I'm going to do is go back over to my crafting bench, and I am going to make, what do I have here? I've got a hurtful copper sword. That's actually pretty good, that's not bad. But I want to have a sword that behaves a little differently. So I'm going to create this sword, put it up there. So this is 6 melee damage, this is 7. And now, if I go to 1, you'll see instead of it poking out in front, it's going to go over the top of my head, which is a little bit easier to deal with. Get out of here, slime. And now it's time to adventure until nighttime. Okay, stop it. Uh-oh. Alright. There we go. That's what I was hoping for, a cave. So I'm going to hop up into this cave. If I hold shift, if I've got a torch, I can kind of see with a little bit of light. Or I can place it down on the ground. In that case, I need to make some more torches. You make those from the gel that you get from the slimes. And I can place them either on the ground or on the wall by me. And you do take falling damage, so it's important not to go too fast through any caves. But the point of going through caves is to start looking for different metals and minerals, things like mushrooms, which are great for healing, and to try and find some lost treasures. Alright, looks like I've got a little bit of lead ore. I'll also need to get some stone coming up for a furnace too, so don't mind me while I harvest. This is kind of how this goes. And we just hack away at stuff until we get all of the ore and the stone and materials that we think we'll need. And the reason I need that stone is I need to make a furnace so that I can start to work with some of the metals that I'm harvesting. There we go. That's what I wanted to see, a chest. So in it we've got an egglet, nothing major, but it'll make me move a little faster, so I'm going to throw this into an accessory spot. Some grenades, some rope, wooden arrows, recall potion, that's good. That will teleport me to my home. The builder potion, and some money. So let's loot it all. And then I also want to harvest this chest. So now I've got something to keep things in. Let's go over to the right. This looks a little more promising. I may have spoken too soon. Okay, so now is where I want to be able to make sure I can come back up. And I believe I found some rope. Where did my rope go? Oh, it's already there in the number 6 spot. So I'm going to add a bunch of rope so I've got something to climb up to get back. And just to be safe here, I'm going to throw another torch down and take out my sword because I saw a much nastier slime than what I'm used to. So yeah, a lot of the early game is this. While you're waiting to get some gear and some materials, you gotta just fend off the little enemies that tend to pop up and get in the way and cause all kinds of problems. Okay, so I see some copper over there. I'm gonna go back to my wood platforms and build myself a little path across so I can get it. Oh man, I love the underworld music here. And some more lead. That was dangerous. You want to be careful when you make your way down. Alright, here we go. An underground house. Uh-oh. And something's trying to kill me. Go away, blue slime. So underground houses usually have a golden chest in them, unless the procedurally generated world is a little bit weird. We've got a bunch of cobwebs. I can use those to make fabric, which is going to be beneficial because I can use them to use fabric to make a bed later. I don't know what this statue is, but I'm going to collect it anyway. That's a bomb statue. Grab this heart statue too. And I can start to put those things down as decorations. Alright, let's see what's in this chest. We have a flare gun. Not that good. A bunch of flares and some recall potions. Well, that was a bit underwhelming. That's alright. I'm going to harvest the golden chest. That's how I'm going to store and sort my materials. Uh-oh. And I've got a bat on me. So yeah, that's what a lot of this early game is trying to not die to weak enemies because you have nothing but the stuff you started with. Alright, there we go. So this right here is a heart crystal. And this, when I use it, will increase my hit points permanently by 20. So if you look up here on the right, instead of having 100 max health, I have 120, and that is going to help my survivability. Down here we've got a mushroom biome. These places are great, but they are pretty dangerous. The enemies get stronger and stronger the more you go in there. That little piranha, as you can see, just hit me for 50-something damage. What a jerk. And in this case, I'm just going to grab my dirt and build myself a little pathway above all the evil, nasty, mean fish type stuff. Ah! Oh, and that is what happens when you're not careful. A slime will drop out of the sky, land on your head, knock you back into the blue electric jellyfish, and that is what Terraria is all about, at least in the early game. I hope you enjoyed this part 1. They are going to be random lengths for right now. I am not going to fuss or worry about too much. This is just going to be kind of a casual, fit in a little bit of time when I get the chance. Uh-oh. And it is nighttime, and I'm going to die again. Ah, get me to my house. Yeah, we'll pick it up from there a little bit later on.